What's up? So we got Supergirl Season 3, Episode 9, Rain. So this episode starts off with laser eyes as we see Sam wake up. And Ruby comes in to discover what's wrong, but Sam's like, yeah, there's nothing wrong. And she's like, hey, she just woke up from a bad dream. And she's like, hey, you said you wake her up from a trip. And Sam, for some reason, doesn't remember by saying what trip. And she's like, from the last episode, Supergirl, she went on a trip and became Rain. But for some reason, Sam doesn't. She became Rain, and Sam doesn't remember this, saying what trip. And she's like, the trip that you said you were going to find answers, like that something beautiful was going to happen. But Sam says about how she doesn't remember any trip, and that she's been there the entire time. And then Ruby says, oh yeah, it's almost 11. She's like, wait, it's time for pancake time. And she's like, do you want chocolate or vanilla? And she's like, both. So meanwhile, DEO, we see Kara, Alex, and Wynn talking to Imra. If I call her Indra in the last review, I'm sorry. Her name is Imra, and Monel. And Monel talks about how in the future, Monel will tell how crime and poverty has struck in the future, and how city leaders are very bad. So Monel created Lee. Monel convinced Indra and other people to create a gang called the Legion under Kara's view, because Kara inspired him, and that's why they created Legion. And Imra's like, oh, Imra goes fangirling over Kara, saying, oh, I'm so happy I'm so happy. We inspired ourselves over you. It's so glad to meet you. Well, Kara's like saying, okay, because she's kind of still shocked that her supposed boyfriend from the last season is now married to this girl. So Kara's like, oh yeah, it's good. So yeah. So it's good. But Monel is like, hey Kara, is there something wrong? And Kara's like, no, there isn't. So at the Christmas party, because this is a Christmas episode, Kara and Alex are talking about how they need to be two crones together, because Alex still is not over the whole Maggie thing. And yeah, I'm like, what, this happened like what, in episode 5, and this like what, episode 9. So yeah, she is still on that. And then we see Jean and his dad, and Jean's dad's the best. He's just like, Jean, thank you for introducing to me this Kofi. I love this man. This actor is perfect for him. And when he comes over to be like, oh hey guys, what's up? He's like, on Life Day. And then he talks about Life Day, and he's like, wait a minute, you went to the Star Wars holiday special that aired on CBS? And he's like, oh, you don't know what Star Wars is. And he's like, Jean, you don't know what Star Wars is. And Jean's like, hold up. Episode 5 is the best sequel of all time. And he's like, oh, I love you. I continue to love you every single day. And then John's dad's like, what is a sequel? I love this man. So yeah, so Ruby shows up at the door, and Alex asks her something wrong, and where's Sam? And Sam shows up saying about how she had so much work to do, and how the bakery that she liked was closed, and yeah. So Sam goes over to Lena and is like, hey Lena, you have some very very good crushes on Sam there. And Lena's like, no, he's my boss. I'm his boss. And then she's like, yeah. And Kara's like, yeah, I overheard your conversation. I totally agree. He does have the flirt eyes for you. And then she's like, I would kill you guys right now, but I wouldn't have any best friends. So yeah, so then Kara's like, I'm glad I met you 3, even though Sam, I met you in episode 4, and this is episode 9. I'm just glad I've met you guys. So yeah, so then John's like, hey Kara, we have some urgent business. So yeah, so then that girl from The Walking Dead, that Agent Vasquez or whatever, she tells Kara that there's something she needs to see, and it's in a bird's eye view. So Kara flies up and sees this random strange symbol. So what does Kara do? After 10 minutes, yes, they wait 10 minutes in to finally show the logo, by the way, which I don't mention the logo, but they waited 10 minutes in to show it. Kara goes talk to her, the hologram version of Erica Durant, to basically talk about, yeah, she plays her mom, remember, now, after Lauren Berlanti's, yeah, I'm just gonna say, her recast, and she says about how she talks about how it's the symbol of Rao, and how the people of Rao would worship the sun god, and they called him Rao, and that's how Modern Krypton was born, and how she doesn't know. And Kara's like, hey, there must be something about this, and she's like, hey, I'm the encyclopedia and everything on Krypton. If I don't know anything, then it must not exist. So yeah, she is the encyclopedia on Krypton. And she doesn't know it, it doesn't exist. Yep. So, yeah. So, back with... So, yeah, so... Lena, hearing of this, thinks this Morgan Edge is doing... Yay! Because... No, Alex doesn't know it. So what does she and James do? They confront Morgan, and he's just like, Lena, I have nothing to do with this. And she's like, dude, she's like, dude, we know you're behind this, and we're gonna prove it. So yeah, so he tries to give them gifts, but they're like, yeah, no. And because he's evil, and yeah, because he's evil, you know? Morgan Edge is evil, so they're not going to take anything from him. Morgan Edge, evil guy. So one night, this gang is delivering some drugs when a mysterious super villain or some other attacks them. We don't know who it is. They don't even show the face. They just show the cape and the attack, and So yeah, a mysterious leader tries to attack Lena and Sam. Wait, no, Lena and James. Why did I say Sam? Lena and James. But James pulls out the Guardian shield without her looking and takes out the guy. So they're talking this with Sam, and Sam looks at Morgan Edge. It's like, he's gotta go. And just walks off and shows the Rain costume to make us know that she's Rain now. Yeah, she just says he shouldn't be around and just shows off the Rain suit. So, just to say, oh yeah, she's evil now, guys. And, yeah, so, I'm guessing Rain attacks Morgan Edge, but he tells people that he tries to say, oh, I didn't, they say, oh, did Supergirl attack you? And they're like, oh, I didn't know it was Supergirl. Good job being evil, bud. So meanwhile, Kara's hanging out with Mono and Imra, and Imra's like, oh yeah, I heard about this thing called Feed Until You're Full, and he's like, it's called All You Can Eat. And that was a good joke because one, Imra is not from Earth, she's from the future, so that was good. So yeah, so Kara gets a call from Byron Montgomery from Pretty Little Liars. Remember him? He has his own episode called The Faithful, and he started talking about how the world killer will destroy the world. And Kara's like, that's not from the book around. And Kara's like, hey, there are 3 things. There was called the work of the beast. Yeah, there was another thing called the beast, which will be like the symbols and this. And he says this will all be about world killer. But Kara doesn't believe him and thinks that he's just trying to gain screen time. So I had a lot of different things in my head when I actually said this, but screen time's better. Kara thinks he's just trying to screen time because she doesn't believe in it. So yeah, so once she hears about this bad guy, she says, I'll stop her. Again, how does Kara know this is a woman? Like, what if it was a dude attacking all these people? Kara's like, I'll stop her. Yeah, Kara. Yes, you just think it's a woman. What if it was a dude? You'd say, I'll stop her, and then it reveals to be a dude. But yeah, so Kara meets with Rain, and Rain's just Sam, but with a voice effect over her, which Kara can't figure out because it must be mysterious. But I knew it was Sam from the first time she spoke, because it's just Sam with a voice effect. It's not a very good villain disguise. Like, it's just Sam, but with a voice effect over her. Like, it still sounds like Sam. So yeah. And yeah, so it's just Sam with a voice effect. I'm surprised Kara couldn't figure it out and say, aren't you my friend Sam? But no, we have to let her not know it's her for plot conveniences, even though us fans know. And the voice is just a voice echoey version of her. So they get into a fight, and Rain proves to be a tougher antagonist that Supergirl's ever fought before. Yep, we get that kid who says, we get one of those kids to say, hey, it's Supergirl. And that reminded me of Spider-Man 2, when that random bystander said, hey, look, it's a web. Go, Spidey, go! Like, that's what it reminded me of when I first watched the scene. It just reminded me of that. When that random bystander in Spider-Man 2 saw that web and was like, look, it's a web. Go, Spidey, go! It just reminded me. And then, yeah, so the little girl saying, hey, it's Supergirl, reminded me of, look, it's Supergirl, reminded me of when that random bystander in Spider-Man 2 said, look, it's a web. Go, Spidey, go! That just reminded me of that. Mentos commercial. It's there to get you up. So, I don't know. But, so Rain is pretty much beating Kara into the ground. We immediately start off the fight with Kara, and we see this Christmas party, and it's almost interrupted with Rain pushing Kara into it. Even the song, even Rocking Around the Christmas Tree is playing in the background to the scene, and I was like, it was just like, what? It's still playing in the background, and they get into a big fight. Rain shows that she's winning, but Kara throws something at her, throws a big cement block at her. But what does Rain do? She takes a car window on fire and throws it at Kara. Wow, what Rain is intense. So she defeats Kara. Rain takes Kara all the way up to the tower, and says how she is judgment, she is death, and just throws Kara off the building. So that little girl Kara, the other DEO agents show up, and the little girl has the audacity to tell them, is she dead? Yo, girl, this is like that room scene when Lisa and Mark find Johnny's dead body, and she's like, is he dead? Yeah, in that scene, of course, he's dead. But in this scene, we know Kara's not dead because she's the main character. But so that scene where the little girl is like, "Is she dead?" just reminded me of that. Well, I'm making a lot of movie quotes today in this review. I never make movie quotes in my Arrowverse reviews. So in my Arrowverse reviews, yeah. So Kara in the game. So Alex in the game trying to restore Kara back normal. Meanwhile, at home, Ruby calls to her mom, and it looks like her mom attacks her. Yeah, they just show her, and it looks like she's clenching her fist. She's about to open her fist until she turns around, cuts credits. It's meant to look like Rain's about to attack Ruby. Rain, like Sam's still possessed by Rain and is going to attack her daughter. So yeah, that was a good episode. It may be one of the best Supergirl episodes ever. I really liked it. Kara was very good. There was a lot of scenes a lot of scenes Mono is like Kara was saying about how I'm talking with Indra and about not Indra Imra, that's her name, Imra, and about how she was gonna accept her, she inspired her, and Kara was like, yeah, she's nice, she's kind, but I won't be cool. I can't be cool with her ex-boyfriend dating this girl. Rain was a cool villain. I did forget seeing where Ruby came into Sam's office and started getting mad at her about how she's working during Christmas, and then she told a story. Like, I forgot that because that scene's kind of unnecessary. It does bring Sam and Ruby closer together, but yeah, it's just like, yeah, why do we need that scene? Why do we need that scene? It's just like Rain, like Sam revealing herself to be Rain and like saying how Morgan Edge needed to go. That scene was creepy, and how she just reveals the Rain suit. Like I don't know. Like before, it seemed like Sam wasn't in control of what she's doing because she couldn't remember becoming Rain. But now it seems like she does remember, as she said Morgan Edge needed to go and transformed into Rain. That suit was kind of cool, and she just had just cut to black. And she just attacked Morgan Edge. Morgan Edge was a good villain, but he's just not as good as Rain in the episode. I'm sorry. Like, Morgan's fine, his actor is good, but he's not as good as Rain. So, yeah. This was it. This was it for this video, and I'll see you next time as we review the next episode, Supergirl episode 10. Season 3, episode 10. But until then, next episode, we're reviewing The Flash, season 4, episode 9, Don't Run. The Arrowverse is back. I can't believe my Arrowverse reviews. Yesterday, the only one inspired me to rewatch, come back, was watching my old videos, because I remember how much fun I had doing those, and I have fun doing these shows and reviewing these episodes, because the Arrowverse is so fun. I know, but we get to the rest of the season of The Flash, and the rest of the seasons, down the line, there might not be as fun, but right now, the Arrowverse is fun. The Arrowverse is fun to review right now. I know that later down the line, we get the Eric Wallace era of The Flash, and we'll get to that. We're on season 4 of The Flash. We have one more season before we get to the Eric Wallace era of The Flash. And people do think the Eric Wallace era of The Flash is pretty much terrible, and he should stay away from superhero shows because he shows that he's not a good writer. But he directed one of the best episodes of season 9 of The Flash, season 1, episode 9, the Oliver episode. That was great. Oh no, episode 10. Daniel Henry directed episode 9. He directed season 9, episode 10, A New World Part 1, Reunion. That was a fantastic episode. So, he may not be able to write superhero shows, but he can direct them pretty good. So, this was my review for Supergirl, and I'll see you next time when we review The Flash season 4, episode 9, Don't Run.